What's up, YouTube? It's a lot going on, man. It's a lot going on. I'm headed home. I'm out here, Detroit, headed home. But as far as this presidential campaign stuff, just a black male, as everybody would consider it to be. I'm a black man. I don't really care. I'm really happy to be who I am. Just a little weighing in on the presidential race. You got Biden, you got Trump, and just being in my community, in the inner city, and hearing people in the community talk about the politics, and hearing Joe Biden talk about politics and the whole Democratic Party, and hearing Trump talk about politics and the whole Republican Party, and their solutions to fixing my community, their solutions to fixing my people, black people, period. That's what it boils down to me. So when I think about it, I weigh it in the options of what's best for us. Because at the end of the day, that's what everybody does, right? Right? You vote who's going to be best for the schools in your neighborhood. You're going to vote for who's going to be best for the safety in your neighborhood. You're going to vote for who's going to be best for economic growth in your neighborhood. You're going to vote for who's going to be best for a lot of needs in your community, for your family, for your friends, and for your people. Yes, it works like that. It's not a racist thing, but that's just the reality of how we all think. So in thinking in that mind state of what's going to be best for my community, what's going to be best for my people, what's going to be best for the young kids that's around our neighborhood, that's that's important. And to take this with a grain of salt is important as well, because we got to really think. We got to really pay attention, and we got to really process stuff and not be so one-sided. I'm not saying go out here and vote for Trump or vote for Republicans. I'm not saying go out here and vote for Joe Biden and vote for Democrats. I'm saying have an independent way of thinking. We get so caught up in the media. We get so caught up in, a Trump tweet. We get so caught up in everything that's going on that we don't really look at, okay, what's going to be best for my son going to school? Who's going to propose better learning for my kids? Who's proposing a safer community for my kids? Who's literally trying to get me to focus on one thing and play me like I'm stupid? Who's literally doing these things? And when you look at it, and when you really think about it, you see who really cares. This ain't a real politician thing, because I'm living in a city that was took over by a Republican governor. And this governor, when I was I think I was 18 or 19, I vividly remember walking past the TV and hearing them say the job of government is not to take care of its people. The job of government is to create a conducive and safe environment for people and businesses to flourish. And I really was on board with that. I was like, that sounds so good, and it makes sense, and I supported them because I was 19, and I believe in giving people fair opportunities. But anywho, come to present day and all the bankruptcy that the city went through, and selling off this and selling off that and doing this and doing that, we come to a realization that most of that was really bullshit, bro. It was mostly bullshit. You pimped us out. You pimped us out. You sold off assets. You sold off all type of stuff throughout the city. And what we get? Nothing. So when you have a president that's in office right now who tells us that, these abandoned houses is under Democrat ran, we had a whole governor that came in and sold off a bunch of stuff throughout the city, Mr. President, and he really didn't knock down too many houses. He really didn't care about blight. The mayor, our Democrat mayor, came in and cared about blight. So it makes me wonder, because I look at the beauty that's downtown, and I love my city. When you go downtown, we right off of Canada, you can look over into another city. It's beautiful energy, and it's beautiful. It really is. But the opportunities that was created was to push low-income people out of those neighborhoods and more richer people into these neighborhoods, and that wasn't fair. 2 or 3 buildings where, a low-income person can stay ducked off or behind the building and something like that. That type of stuff isn't fair. We got money to build $300 million arenas for multi-billionaires, but we don't have enough to knock down abandoned buildings like this one or that one. Like, come on, man, this is what we talking about, or this one, or this one. This is what little kids in Detroit walk past and see. So when you fixed our communities, did you fix our schools? Kevin Orr came in and we did this and did that, and the school system is still terrible. What are we doing? So when I look at it, and I really was actually in a place where I was mad at Democrats. I even got mad at Obama, and I was like the biggest Obama supporter. I was supposed to meet Obama in Monroe, Michigan when he was campaigning when I was 18 or 19, and car problems, my car was messing up, so I missed it, and I was really hurt. He ended up becoming president, but I was really happy about it, and I started getting caught up in politics and not knowing no better, and then I started really hating him, because I'm like, man, he really didn't do nothing for black people, or he really didn't get much done. But in order for that stuff to happen, we got to really vote. We got to really vote these people in office, and we got to really put these people in place constantly, not just this term, next term, and then next term, and then next term, so that we can shape this country to be fair and acceptable. This country can accept everybody for who they is. And that's what Obama was doing. He was creating a structure so that the next president, was supposed to be Hillary Clinton, could come in, and then she can continue to build. But we got to knock down those barriers before we able to do those things. So when you look at the country, under Obama we were getting weak and we were this. No, we were knocking down barriers. We were becoming one with other countries. And one thing you got to understand about NATO and stuff like that, you got to be educated on that type of stuff too. Do y'all research, man. Do y'all research and really care about the politics. Oh, they're putting everybody on food stamps. Well, from me being in the inner city, I know it's a lot of people who don't understand. They had parents who did not teach them the right way to go get a job and take this budget out to get groceries and stuff. They was caught up in a system that's nobody fought today, but it is the Democrats who saying, well, let's get them food, let's get them shelter, let's get them on their feet. We don't know what to do, but we want to do something, and that's what matters. So you got people like Candace Owens that'll be like, oh, they just want to give you food stamps and hinder you. No, you got people that's really trying to do something. The whole time, what was the Republicans doing? Take it from them. We're going to give them independence by starving them. Come on. Give us better school systems. Invest more money. How about that? We got $300 million to put into an arena. We had hundreds of $millions to loan to different businesses and organizations and stuff like that. We could do that for the inner city. We could do that for the people, for the community. Teach the kids in the schools how to balance a checkbook. The stuff that they struggling with, DHS can work That's the health department and the public social systems and stuff in the city of Detroit, by the way. They can work with the schools. They can figure this stuff out, and they can create curriculums to teach kids how to. You got to pay bills. You got to get jobs. You got opportunities. You can go to school and become a doctor, and you can make $200,000 a year. You can make $400,000 a year with good credit. You can live in a huge house. But we're not being taught these things. The kids are not being taught these things in the inner city, and those are some of the problems that need to be addressed. It isn't a Democrat, oh, they messed it up. It's not gonna say it's a Republican that messed it up. In my opinion, a lot of Republicans came in and messed up a lot of stuff, but it's about who's helping, who's trying, who's coming into the room with you, and they going through that storm with you, trying to figure it out with you. I don't know, you don't know, but they like, Republicans, I ain't even getting in the room with them. Democrats like, we is. I'm gonna get them a house. I'm gonna get them help them get on their feet, see what they need. Like, that's the stuff that matter to me. And building on that is very important. Believe in people who use money to try to create a narrative and have you thinking that money is, oh, it's because our books aren't balanced and all this type of stuff, or we don't have this or we don't have that. It's not because of those things. It's because we have laws in place that allow businesses like Amazon to reach trillions of dollars while inner cities struggle to reach a mere million. So, I mean, that's my first video, man. I'm going to check y'all out another day, man. Holla at me.